Hello my beautiful gorgeous babes out there, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree and I am just a crazy lover of makeup, fashion, and all that fun glittery stuff. So if those are things you're also into, please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the new Blend Bunny Cosmetics Surge palette. This is my first time trying out the brand and I just thought this palette was beautiful, so I ended up picking it up. So I thought in today's video I would create two looks and just let you know what I think about the palette, as well as do some swatches. So if you are interested in seeing all of that, then keep on watching. Alright my loves, here we are. I have my dinosaur shirt on. Makes me feel very kitty, very colorful, very young. And anything that can make me feel younger, I am all about. I just love this so much. I got it from Shein and I'm just living for it right now. But anyways, let's get into this beautiful palette right here. So this retails for $43. It's from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. They are a very small indie brand. It was created by a makeup artist who's also a content creator on Instagram. And the owner wanted to make that perfect palette for makeup artists, for beginners, for makeup lovers, and just have a great pigmented blendable formula. So I'm all about that. This palette has a brick graphic on it. This is what the back looks like. The brand is also vegan and cruelty free, so we love that. And this palette retails for $43 and it has 30 shades in it. There's no mirror, which I'm fine with that, better for the environment. But this is what it looks like. Come on guys, like look at this color story. So beautiful. There's a row of pastels, a row of like mid-tones, dark shades, shimmers, and neons. Like everything you need is in this palette. You can create so many colorful, bold, poppin' looks with this. And I just wanted to pull up the information so I can just give you guys all the details and how they describe it. So it says there's 18 matte shades in a gradient of darkest to lightest for a grungy blend. There's 6 cream formula shimmers and 6 pop-in neons to add a surge of color to your deep, moody toned looks. It says that the shimmers in here are very buttery and creamy, and you can apply them with your finger. And then the neons are very pigmented, and they also are UV reactive, meaning they glow under UV and backlight. So that is so cool. Perfect for Halloween. But I am excited to crack into this, and it looks like there's some really amazing reviews on their website. So I can't wait. I haven't watched any reviews on this palette because I wanted to go in blind and not have anything skew my opinion. But I'm very excited, especially for these neons. I love wearing these kind of shades in my inner corner, as well as pastels. And I'm all about these like deep mattes. So we shall see what kind of looks we can create with this. But I think this would be a perfect time to now crack into it. So let's get into it. So I'm going to go into this shade called Juicy. It's like a pumpkin orange. There's a little bit of kickback in the pan, nothing crazy, but let me knock off the excess just to be safe and put that on. Yeah, this is a nice, very pumpkin, very fall kind of shade, and it has a good amount of pigment to it. This is nice. I feel like it's almost leaning a little like reddish orange. This is nice. The pigmentation so far seems really good on this. So I'm just gonna run this all through the crease, just fluff it everywhere, just to lay down the first transition. So let me get another brush, and I think I want to go into Taboo. This kind of burgundy deep matte. This one is definitely a lot more powdery than the first shade, the Juicy shade. Let me dust off the excess, and let me just go in with a light hand. I'm not sure what to expect with these deep mattes. Because you know, deep mattes can be tricky, but on first application, it is very pigmented. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I love a good pigmented shade. I'm just going to concentrate this all on the outer corner just to add depth to this look. I'm not going to take it too far in. I just want to keep it right there, and that just blend it really nicely into this shade in the crease. I think I'm just gonna keep this look pretty chill, right? Let's be chill today. So I think I want to run Juicy, the original shade that we used in the beginning, the orange pumpkin shade on the bottom. And just run that all through there. The pigmentation is so nice on this. Now I'm gonna take some of Taboo, the deep burgundy shade, and use that on the outer corner. Just dust off the excess. Just connect that up so we can have depth on the outer part. So far this is looking really nice. I mean, I've only used 2 shades, but they are working beautifully. So I wanna go and put some glitter primer in my eyes really quickly, and I will be right back. So I wanna take a little bit of this All Mine shade right here. It's like a fuchsia shimmer, and pick it up on the same brush I used with the glitter primer. And I'm gonna use that all on the outer edge. This one looks slightly different in the pan, almost more like a satin. Yeah, it has, oh, the shades in here are really soft. Almost like a cream to powder. It feels kind of like a Super Shock shadow from ColourPop. Very, very soft. But I'm just gonna use that all on the outer edge closest to the deep matte. Okay, that looks stunning. Such a beautiful fuchsia, like satiny shimmer. And the shade is so like soft. It's like a putty. It kind of indents as you push into it, which is just very creamy. So now I want to go into Zip Up, this gold shimmer. I'm going to use that all in the inner portion. I'm just going to clean off the brush I was using and pick that up. This one looks a little different in the pan from the fuchsia shade. So this one is also very creamy. This one is way more like metallic and high shine. So I'm just gonna concentrate that all in the inner portion. But now I wanna go in with a neon matte in my inner corner, and I think I wanna use the green. Now, it's not picking up as neon on camera as it is in person, which is such a shame. It's really hard for cameras to pick up the neon color because, I mean, I guess it's just too intense. Whoa, do you guys see that? Wow, okay. All right, let me just pack that on in the inner corner. Let's see. Now, if you want it to be even more vibrant, you definitely use like a, what do I say? Like a white base. If you want to do that, put down some concealer. Okay, it came off really pigmented at first, but I feel like it's kind of shearing out, which seems to be the case with a lot of neons. It's kind of hard to get them to be like super opaque. So I feel like these are types of neons that you want to have a base to it, like a white base to make them pop even more. Yeah, I think it would have benefited from a base, but I'm just gonna let it be. I'm just gonna put it there. It's not the most pigmented neons that I've tried, but it is still doing the job and giving a pop. I'm really loving this look. So I'm gonna go off camera and put on some liner, something for my lips, mascara, the usual deal, and I will be right back. Okay, I zoomed you guys out so you can see the finished look, and I am loving this like lip and eye combo right now. But I am wearing this like deep fuchsia lipstick from Fenty. This is one of the, what's it, Mademoiselle lipsticks, and a Flamingo Acid. I thought this was just perfect for this look. To tie in with the fuchsia. I love color coordinating sometimes with my looks. And then for my waterline, I went in with the LA Girl I Gotcha liner to go in with that green in the inner corner. I used the Laura Geller liner to do a wing, the Nava mascara, and that is how I completed everything. What do you guys think? I think overall the shadow's really nice. Besides like the neons that are a little sheer that need like a base to really make it pop, but besides that, I still think it looks really, really good. So I think it would be a good time to now get into look number 2. Okay, let's get into this look. So I'm gonna start off with this deep purple shade and use that on the outer and inner portion. I wanna do a halo eye with this one, like a purple blue look. So I'm just gonna stamp that on. We'll see the pigmentation. And yeah, let's see. This is definitely a very dark purple, like a smoky, kind of blackened purple. It's on the cool tone side, but it's going on so far, so good. Just want to pack that on and just build up the shade. I don't want to like blend too much because I don't want it to get patchy or weird, because purples can definitely do that. Purples are definitely finicky, but I'm just gonna do that. I probably took it a little too far in, but it's fine. We'll just let it be. Okay, so far the pigmentation is really nice. It's nice and dark. So I wanna take a little bit of Beacon. I think I wanna use that to blend out the edge up here, just to soften the edge here, just so everything looks blended. Oh, it's definitely showing up. It's a very like opaque pastel, which is awesome. I love pigmented shades. I just want to use it all on the edge. That pastel is very pigmented. It did a great job of blending out the edge and just softening everything up. Very impressed with that. So I do want to lay down some concealer in the center for the metallic that I want to use to go over. So I'm going to do that off camera really quickly and I'll be right back. Okay, I think that looks good so far. I'm not the best when it comes to halo eyes, but I try. So I want to take the shade underneath, the shimmery blue shade, and I'm just going to lay that all in the center on top of that concealer. This one is not picking up very well on the brush, so let me try my finger, because these are like putties. Yeah, way better on the finger than on the brush. So I'm just gonna concentrate that all in the center. It's a beautiful blue though. I'll go back in with the brush to like work on the edges, but this picks up so much better with your finger, and that is what they recommended on their website to do. So now I know why, because it's just such a putty formula. So far this looks really good. I took a little bit of the deep purple matte off camera and just worked on the edge, just to make sure, you know, everything looks like it's just fusing into one. But I think this looks really, really pretty. I like the mix of the blue and the purple. So I'm gonna just clean this Real Techniques brush off. And I think I wanna run the brush shade, this blue shade at the bottom, just to try more shades. Let's see. I think I might need a smaller brush. Okay, I'm gonna use this pencil brush instead and run that on the bottom. I have a little bit of fallout from this blue shade, so dust off the excess for sure. I feel like these blues look a little, is it teal? It's not like a straight on blue. But I'm gonna just work that all on the bottom. So far so good. I'm really liking these mattes. So I do want to take some of Linger, the really deep bluey shade. Just the excess off, and I'm gonna use that on the edge just to bring some depth down there. Connect up with the purple in the outer corner. Okay, so I wanna try using the white out shade as my inner corner. I love using a like matte white shade to brighten up the inner corner. So I'm gonna see how that white shade works. I'm just curious on how like opaque it's actually gonna show up. So I'm just gonna dip into white out. I feel like the pastels are pretty pigmented. Well, that pastel purple shade was. So let's see how this white one does. So far I think the white worked out really nice at brightening up the inner corner. So I wanna take this brush, I clean it off, and I wanna use a little bit of Chills, the pastel kind of grayish blue, and use that to blend out the edge of the blue down here. Okay, I think this looks really good, but I kind of want to add a little bit of this purple euphoric shade, kind of on the edges of the blue shimmer. Look how pretty that is. It's just so pretty. I just wanted to add that. Oh yes, that is such a beautiful little shimmer. Just on the edge. These pick up so well with your finger. They're just so soft and creamy. I'm really happy that I did that. That is a really, really pretty purple shimmer. So I think this is all I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna let it be, and I'm gonna go do some liner, mascara, figure out something for my lips, and I will be right back. Okay, so here is the completed look. What do you guys think? You guys gotta let me know in the comments below what you think about this look, but I think it turned out really nicely. I like the mix of the purple and the blue, but what I did off camera was I went in with the Lime Crime Plushie in the shade Lavender Honey. It's kind of like a sheer lipstick. And then for my waterline, I went in with the Lethal Cosmetics Gel Liner in Reverb. It's a like light lilac color. Used the Inabla mascara and the Laura Geller liner, and that's how I did everything. I like the little combo. So yeah, that was everything for look number 2. Okay, let's get into this look. So I want to do a mostly matte look with this one. Maybe use this like minty shade in this green. Maybe use a shimmer in the inner corner. Does that make any sense? We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to start off with the shade Lush. This like very deep leafy green, and I'm just gonna concentrate that on the outer corner. Wow, that's like super dark. It's almost on the black end. I wasn't expecting it to be that dark. I think I'm having a little bit of fallout. I'm just gonna take it out on the outer corner as well and just match it up. I am experiencing fallout from the shade. I feel like I stained my under eye a little bit, but just be wary. But that's probably because of me, because I'm dipping too hard into this shade. So just be careful. Definitely dust off the excess. Don't just go so heavy-handed into the shade like I did. But I'm just going to concentrate that on the outer corner and outer bottom part. Okay, here we are. I feel like I look like crazy as hell right now, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. So I want to take the mint shade, the light, kind of sagey pastel, and I'm gonna use that all on the lid. I'm just gonna pack that on. I'm gonna see how opaque this is. This is a really nice sage color. I feel like it's more of a sage than it is a mint, but I want to use it all on the front part of my lid. Just pack it on. Okay, that pastel is actually quite pigmented and it packs on really nicely. Didn't get patchy and it has great pigmentation. So I took a little bit of it on the bottom part, but I actually want to take Lush, the deep green, and I'm just going to take that all the way in instead. Okay, so here it is. I think it looks pretty good so far. I really love how opaque that pastel sage shade is. But I want to take Flash now, the Champagne Shimmer, and I want to use that in the inner corner as my brightening shade. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's a pretty champagne shimmer. Okay, I think that's all the shades that I want to use. I don't want to use anything else. I'll probably go off camera, work on the blend, do some liner, figure out something in my waterline, mascara, lip, you know, the deal, the usual deal, and I will be right back. Okay, so here is the finished look. I like how this came out. It was really simple. I didn't use a lot of shades, and I really like this like mint shade on the lid. It's very opaque. But what I did off camera was I went in with the Juvia's Place lipstick and muted. It's a very like milky, cool toned brown. And for the waterline, I actually mixed LA Girls Shockwave liners, the Fresh and the Gotcha, because I felt like this one was a little bit too like bluish and this was too like green. So I mixed them together to make more of a sage kind of color to match the lid. Then I went in with the Nabla mascara and I used this liner, I think it's from Queen Beauty, it's the dragon liner, to do a wing, and that's how I completed this look. So now let's get into my final thoughts. Okay, so my first impressions on this palette is positive. I think this is a nice palette. I do feel like I have to play with it more. There's a lot of shadows in here that I didn't play with, especially the neons. And that is a formula I'm a little like iffy about. They feel very, very thin. And I know that that is usually how neon mattes can be. But I want to play with it, try it with using like a white base and see how I like it. Because when I went in with Chemistry, it just felt really sheer, like I couldn't get it fully opaque and I kept trying to lay on it and it wasn't like really laying on itself. I was able to, you know, eventually get it to work, and it did make the inner corner pop on that first look. But the formula is just something you gotta work with and probably use a base for. So I'm not sure if the other neons are like that because I haven't used them yet, but I'll have to test those out. As for the pastel mattes, I feel like they were very pigmented. For the ones that I used, they had great pigmentation for being pastels. Like this Beacon shade definitely showed in the purple blue look that I did. I feel like the white worked really well as an inner corner, and I do like this minty shade on the lid. It had just great pigmentation. So very impressed with the pastels, and I do feel like the dark mattes in here are really nice as well. They're very pigmented, very saturated. They do have a lot of kickback in the pan and a lot of fallout on the eyes. Even if you dust it off, I feel like I was still having fallout. So you definitely want to be careful with the deep mattes. With like staining, you might want to go in with your shadows first before you do your face makeup. But that's just something I noticed, but I do like how deep and pigmented the dark mattes were in here. And the like mid-tone shades were really nice. They're good pigmentation as well. And the shimmers, they're definitely more like putty texture. They're definitely like the Super Shock shadows from ColourPop, whereas you press on it, it does kind of indent, and they work best with your finger. They don't pick up that well with a brush. So I think like to get the maximum shine from the shadows, you want to use your finger, or definitely lay it on to a tacky base if you want to use your brush. But I feel like they look the best using your finger. But I thought the shimmer formula was really nice in here. And I just love the variety. You can just do so much with this palette. So many different looks. I love how they like broke up the palette. It's definitely like a user-friendly, something that would probably work really well if you're a beginner and you want to see like coordinated color stories to help you figure out like what shades to put together. But overall, I think this was definitely a nice palette, definitely worth it. Of course, I will have to play with it some more, play with the other shades to finalize my thoughts, and I'll definitely do another palette ranking where I include that and give you guys like my final thoughts after I got to play with it some more and let you know where it ranked out of all the palettes that I tried. But that was everything. That's all I wanted to share. That's my thoughts. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments below. Have you tried this brand? Did you pick up this palette? What did you think about the looks? You know, just all of that. I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you like fashion, makeup, beauty, and all that fun stuff, please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I would love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I'll have the palette linked. I'll have all my face makeup linked, other videos of mine you might be interested in, as well as my contact information. I am also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty if you want to check me out over there. And I'm also on TikTok as Breezy_Beauty. I would love for you guys to join my other social media platforms. But anyways, thank you guys so much for being here, for supporting my channel, and for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. But I do hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world, and just sending you love and light. But until next time, bye guys.